You got the mic right there. How's it going, bud?
Yeah, when you're the reigning champ, you get to kind of show up when you want. Jonah Dalmas might show up 15 minutes early, but not me.
But you still didn't answer the question. If you are late for a Spencer Danielson meeting, what are the consequences?
Probably worse than being a little bit hazed in your guys' interview. I'll tell you that much.
We'll just leave it at that then. We do appreciate you showing up, and we'll take you any way we can get you. And let's talk some ball, my friend.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Last year's leading tackler. He was the MVP of the Mountain West Championship game for the defense. Honorable mention all league, and of course the pride of Seaside, Oregon. Tubes, how you feeling? Like, where are you right now? I know you're ready for some softball tomorrow. What's going on in your world, man?
I mean, as far as football stuff goes, it's probably the most excited I've been to be a part of a team. We're in a really good spot here where everyone's, the summertime, everyone that's not playing football is at home, right, doing their own thing. This is kind of a cool time to bring the guys together. And we're doing stuff like we're getting out at the river, playing a little bit of golf, pickleball, all of which I got problems with. But this is the time where that time of year we build that team chemistry, man.
Is there any difference kind of knowing this is your last time around, year 6 at Boise State? I think it was year 5. I'm sorry, but this is your COVID year you're using. Do you stop and smell the roses a little bit, Tubes?
Yeah, for sure. I've always tried to be a guy that's in the moment. When you got about 6 years left to your college lifetime, you tend to try to live in the moment more than ever and take things, as they come. And along the way, like spring ball, spring game, summer, now coming on 4th of July with some of the guys, it's, these opportunities when you really try to live in the moment and be a part of the team, because you're not gonna be able to do that forever. So that's my focus right now, along with preparing for a great season. And, I'm really enjoying where I'm at.
Alexander Teubner, Boise State safety. We're going to get to the Boise State Summer Softball Classic tomorrow night at Albertson Stadium, at Hawks Memorial Stadium. We're going to get you all the details you need to know, including some trash talking. All right, I got 2 dumb questions to start off. One, you look different. I mean, you've jacked up. You've built up. You look good, dude. I usually don't say that to men in small rooms.
That's what I say around here. I'm the one who tells them how good they look.
But you're jacked up. 5 pounds heavier, all body armor. You're looking good.
Yeah, credit to Coach Hilgart and the strength staff, man. I put a lot of trust in those guys. I've really dialed it in from nutrition to sleep to getting the vitamin supplements I need, and along with the training. And it's probably the best I've ever felt.
My other stupid question is this: you're from Seaside. Every interview we do with you,
one more time, Seaside. All right, if you guys listen.
Seaside. It comes up every single time. You're proud of it. This time of year, everybody from Idaho goes to the Oregon coast for vacation. It's a rite of passage for Idahoans. Do you head somewhere completely opposite, or do you go back to Seaside, or maybe a little bit of both?
Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to make it back to Seaside this year. Every summer up until then, I've found at least a week, maybe the whole month of May to go. But really trying to lock in, and I'm going to McCall for the first time, so trying to become a little bit more Idahoan native.
Nice.
But Seaside is a special place to me, and a lot of people do go there. That's how we pay the bills, because except for around 4th of July weekend, it is a pretty small town.
Tubes, what do you like doing that has nothing to do with football?
Man, I just like, I grew up, cool thing about growing up in a small town is like the same guys you play football with, you play basketball and baseball and hang out with. I got the same friend group from 3rd grade all the way to I graduate. So I've always been a guy that just appreciates hanging out with the guys, whether it be golf, like I said, pickleball, and whatever it is, just get outside, right? And
walking around with softball trophies.
Yeah.
Show the camera on that. If you guys, for our video audience, Teubner has last year's Summer Softball Classic Championship trophy, and it's looking good.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that here in a second.
Yes.
So how heavy is that? As heavy as the Stanley Cup, 35 pounds?
You
can bench press that sucker.
It's not as heavy as the Mountain West trophy, but
how about the Mountain West MVP trophy? Yeah.
No, it's got a little bit of weight to it.
Nice. Let's get serious for a second. And I opened up the show by talking about this, and I'll be honest and serious. And I wasn't a big fan when I first heard of the word Alexander Teubner and kind of figured you out. But I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard. And now I'm a massive fan, because my favorite athlete, and I don't care if it's tiddlywinks or football, is somebody that takes a little bit of something and turns it into something big. And you're this undersized, underskilled. You're not supposed to be playing FBS football, but you said screw that, and you made it happen. And you're playing at a high level, all conference, leading your team in tackles, both championship game MVP. So I just wanted to dive into your DNA. More than just, I've always been determined to be better than what I am. What is inside your DNA? Where did it start? How did it start from you to become a kid from Seaside to a dominant college football player at the FBS level?
Yeah, and I mean, to start with what you're saying, I got a lot of respect for a guy that's going to be willing to say that come a long way as a guy that didn't believe in me till now. And I appreciate you talking through the full circle, but I think everybody is born with a natural skill set, whether it be you're just gifted athletically, maybe intelligently. I feel like the strength for me is I was fortunate enough to be born without a lack of heart, right? And my dad is always a guy that believed in me, and I think I'm athletic enough. I don't know.
You've proven it now. You've absolutely proved it now. It's not a question now at all.
Yeah,
Yep,
no doubt.
Right. Everybody else was wrong.
But I really don't pay a lot of attention to a lot of guys that maybe believe a certain way of what I'm capable of. I've always, maybe a sense of arrogance, knew I was going to be here the whole time, right? And I think that belief in myself has allowed me to see it through, along with I've been fortunate enough to have people that believe in my journey along with me. And my dad, my mom, probably the number one people that the entire time never doubted I was able to be here now. But also along with that, I've had coaches. I ended up at the perfect situation. Who knows? Honestly, Boise State wasn't a place that I really saw myself. That wasn't like, when I was in third grade talking about playing college football, it wasn't Boise State.
Sure.
But they're the ones that gave me the opportunity, allowed me to come walk on. That was my mindset. Just let me get in the door and we'll figure out the rest from there. So
my natural follow-up question is, did you have that moment where you said, welcome to college football moment, but it sounds like you didn't have that moment because you always did believe?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a single D1 AA scholarship walk-on opportunity until March after my senior season. So,
wow.
There's a lot of hard work that went in those months, having no idea that you're going to get the opportunity to play. I just kind of had like a sense of arrogance that it was just going to work out. I'm going to end up in the right spot. And like, boy, did it, because like there is not a better place to develop and where I ended up than Boise State.
Alexander Teubner with us again, Boise State's leading tackler last year, Mountain West championship game MVP, and an honorable mention All Mountain West candidate. A guy, I'll just be honest, I voted for you for preseason All Mountain West too. Turned my ballot in a couple of days ago, Tubes. If you were going to teach someone the Alexander Teubner art of tackling, I think you're one of the finest tacklers in America. What are your core principles on it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think being undersized is necessarily disadvantaged tackling. I think a lot of it is it's really mentality driven. It's a lack of hesitation. It's that point of contact of who's going to slow up, who's going to accelerate. It's believing that you're going to make the tackle, not being afraid in open field because you're playing against great athletes, practice, games, whatever the environment is. So it's just you got to play with like a lack of fear at all times and just fly around and be the one that wants to get to the ball. There's people that are willing just to stay in their zone and do their job. You want to be the one that's hungry to get to the ball every single play.
How do you visualize your 2024 season? Not team-wise, because you're all going to, I can see it every day when we walk in the team room. Your goals are up there. So we know what the team goals are. A lot of guys have personal goals. They don't like to talk about them going into the season. But as you visualize the 2024 season for Alexander Teubner, the safety, how do you visualize this season? What do you want to accomplish? And if you're willing to share them, what are your goals?
Yeah, as far as team goals, I'm super open with my team goals with the team.
Sure.
I'll tell you this much: there's not a game on the schedule I plan on losing. All right, and what comes with that, is writing on the wall. So,
when you say things like that, people are driving down the street and they crashed. They just crashed because they go, yes!
We're going to do a segment on what you just said tomorrow. We'll talk 20 minutes for that.
Yeah,
not a single game that you plan on losing, but that's the mentality you're supposed to have, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's people that say that, and there's people that believe that, and there's people that are willing to bleed for that. And I think this group is a really special group, and a group that similar to myself, believing I was going to be here today, believes that that's going to happen. And if you know point A and point B, then everything in between, you just got to make that decision. Is this going to get me closer to that end goal? And I think that's where we're at as a team, and that's why it's really encouraging to be around the guys.
What makes you confident that the pass defense is going to be terrific this season?
I think that it's a group of humble guys that every single person knew from last season now what they need to improve on for this team to succeed, and they're attacking it head on. And I know myself exactly what I need to improve on. I know Rodney, Shea, Ty, Zion, Nohi, all those guys in the secondary and in the corner room, that we got guys that are attacking head on exactly what they need to improve on. And, over the course of spring and summer, and we're just all working out together. And I think we're heading in a really, really good direction.
Spring ball, when we talk to you guys in the media sessions, a lot of times consistently it came up as the CFP. That's a goal for you guys this year. So you guys have obviously talked about it because you came out and talked about it. How much do you talk about it? How important is it? Your goals in the past have always been bowl games, championships, and do it with integrity and success, ... And now we're adding a CFP invite. How important is that for you guys? How much do you talk about it?
I mean, absolutely, that's a game I want to play in, but that's not one of my goals. My goal is when I step on the field at Georgia Southern week 1, we're going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
After we accomplish that goal, all our prior training is going to set us up to attack week 2 when we step into Autzen, and just from week to week hammering away. I think there's some negativity that comes with looking too far ahead, because if you do drop a game, all of a sudden your goal's off the table. No, like week to week, we're going to attack a goal, attack a goal, attack a goal. And that's kind of where our mindset is right now.
Did you grow up? I mean, it would have been, I don't know, Marcus Mariota era, Dennis Dixon era, Chip Kelly era, duck football. Was that kind of what got you really excited about the sport and playing in Autzen? I'm sure, I don't know if you've been there to see games. I've been to several games there. It's a great environment. Is that kind of something that you would highlight or circle there because it's Oregon and whatnot?
Yeah, growing up in Oregon, for a period of time, it was either you absolutely loved Oregon or you're sick and tired of them winning football games.
Okay.
Like you said, that was an extremely exciting period of Oregon Ducks football, and to grow up that and now get the opportunity to step in that stadium that I've been to multiple games and play them, that's special for me, especially because that's that's the home team essentially from where I grew up. And a lot of those guys, maybe I might have to shut down the town of Seaside for a weekend because a lot of those guys are going to be up at that game.
Nice.
It's going to be super, super exciting opportunity for me. But yeah, it's going to be a cool thing.
Can't wait to see it.
What is the toughest stadium to play in? Autzen, Husky Stadium, or Albertson Stadium?
Albertson Stadium.
I kind of expected that answer.
Yeah.
We're doing that segment at 5:00 today. So little EA Sports. Did you see that stuff on EA Sports? Yeah. You've obviously buy into that, and that's something you guys preach all the time.
When we get that stadium rocking and rolling, man, there's no more exciting environment. And we played in BYU Stadium, which is probably the second closest,
60,000 something.
Yeah, and that's an awesome environment itself. Husky Stadium too, but when you get Albertson Stadium, you can just feel the belief they have in us, and like they're willing to bleed blue with us. And when you get them excited, man, that is a special place to play.
Alexander Teubner with us, Prater the Ballgame, our Dollar Loan Center video segments. You can watch this and you can see Alex Teubner's gun show on our YouTube channel. Tubes, let's get to the serious stuff. You're going to go to bed tonight with one thing on your mind. How the hell do I win the Summer Softball Classic? So I ask you, how are you guys going to win this thing and keep that trophy?
It's really simple. You show up and you hit dingers, man. We're gonna drive the score up on them. They're gonna be hopeless after about 4 innings of softball, and then sorry if the game gets a little boring, guys, but we're just once you get them down, you just stick your foot on the throat, you just finish.
So you're not just predicting a victory. It's
a slaughter fest.
Total slaughter fest.
Now they got some players. I know Ben Ford, Idaho native, is a hell of a baseball player.
Yeah.
Maddox Madison played a little baseball back in his day.
Yep.
But you know what? Defense just knows how to win.
Defense wins championships
time and time again. Softball championships, especially.
Were you a stud baseball player?
I was pretty good at baseball, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the best baseball player on our team, right? But I can rally these guys to come away with another W.
Feels like Buck. Anything he does athletic, he stands out. Certainly on the football field. I'm talking about Ty Benefield, who, for folks who don't know, but he's got a pretty nice swing. What's he going to do to your team? And just football. What are your expectations for Benefield this year? Softball and football.
Yeah, let's start with the serious stuff. So I haven't seen his swing yet, right? But we're going to get a little BP in before the game.
Yep.
All right. But as far as base running and tracking the fly ball, he's going to be a good addition to the team, right? He's going to help us, and we're going to win the game. Football-wise, you guys got a little taste of what he can do, man. He's just getting more and more comfortable as the season goes on. He's just a guy that's so fun to play with because he's explosive. He flies around and he plays with like a heart and passion that you can't teach. Like I think that's an innate trait that you're born with, or develop growing up. And I think he's got something that not everybody does have.
The inspirational Newt Rockne speech you're going to give tomorrow.
Yep.
Which one player do you need to direct it to? I need you to step up, dude. I mean, is it the pitcher? Is it your home run guy? Who's the one Newt Rockne guy you're going to be delivering the speech tomorrow? Because there's always one guy who's just like, I'm going to be the right fielder chasing butterflies tonight.
Needs a pep talk.
Who needs a pep talk on your team tomorrow?
So I think individual pep talk, that's an offensive thing, right? I need you to go catch a long ball. We need you to win this one-on-one. Defense, like we don't work unless all 11 guys on the field are working together.
Nice.
That's what we're going to do.
You are dialed in, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Tomorrow night, guys, the Summer Softball Classic at Memorial Stadium. Autograph sesh afterwards. Get your picture taken. Autographs with Teubner, Genty, all these other guys. Defensive guys, I should have mentioned. I left Genty out because he's going to be on the losing team, unfortunately. You might want to take your picture with the defensive guys. But the home run derby is at 5:30. The game is at 6:30. The gates open at 5. You can get your tickets at the Boise Hawks site or just right at the gate. All the money generated tomorrow is going to be distributed to the Horseshoe Collective. So Boise State athletes like Alexander Teubner, if he needs to go on a date or something, Prater. He's probably got a lot of ladies in his life these days. He's got to go to the movies or something. The Horseshoe Collective will help him on that.
Just one, man. Just one. You're going to get me in trouble. Just one.
Okay, so you are committed.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Single, not plural, not single. I
Good for
like
you,
that.
Tibbs.
So,
yeah.
what happens after softball tomorrow in terms of just, I don't want to get too serious or too weird here, but, mental health and getting your mind right. And just, you have about a 2-week break before camp starts. How do you deal with that down? Because you're not out there just grinding, or maybe you are, but you're tapering off a little bit and then picking it back up first week of August.
Yeah, I wouldn't say tapering off. I have a detailed plan of how I'm able to get my work in as well as my rest and recover. So I'm my best every single day. But it all, like, you have to work around where you're at in the season. So right now we're doing a little bit different stuff training. Once we switch over after our little 4th of July break, then it's going to change what the extra work I am doing. And there is absolutely a tune-up going into camp. There's certain techniques and certain things you want to hit. And so I got a plan. I'm hitting it head on. I'm getting every bit of work I can out of my body while still keeping it fresh. And we're in a good spot right now.
Have you ever met Ethan Danielson, Spencer's bro, the firefighter?
Yeah, the more handsome Spencer Danielson. Yeah.
So we were saying, he would play Spencer Danielson in a movie about Spencer Danielson. They need him just a little bigger, just a little better looking, but yeah, we had him on in this sat where you were a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we even played a game the next day where we played a clip from Ethan and then a clip from Spencer talking about something we didn't know. And it was hard to decipher who was saying it. I mean, they are spitting images of each other. Is he around the program a lot? Where do you see him?
Yeah, I see him. I just saw him last Wednesday. I want to say he was in the facility. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing there. Just checking.
Free gym membership.
Yeah, getting away.
I'm not paying $10 on the street. Hey, by the way, what is a blowout in softball? What number? Give me. I mean, are you looking 20-2? I mean, what would make you happy tomorrow night?
I just want to see the look of defeat in their eyes. Whatever the score needs to be for that, that's the end goal.
Do you guys have anything at stake other than the trophy and, of course, just fulfillment of winning? I mean, is there anything on the line?
Yeah, winning.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right, too.
We're not going to walk around as losers. I haven't heard of a Boise State defense softball team that's lost, so this isn't about it.
Okay. So the defense rules this game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure for you, dude.
Man, Jonah was talking some smack today too, or on a BNN thing. So sounds like they got a thing coming to him, man. I can't wait for this game.
Are you putting out a social media video to respond to what Dalma said?
I'm not sure I've seen that yet.
You may want to check it out.
All right.
Just being confident in the offense.
Is he getting out of line a little bit?
Oh, you need to check it out.
All
you need to check it out, dude.
We'll handle that.
A defensive enforcer needs to step up and take care of some business right now. So make that happen.
We'll just put him through a tackling circuit.
Who are the best tacklers, kickers or punters?
I'll say Jonah knows how to maybe weighs 170. He knows how to throw that weight around a little bit. He's had a couple of hits on the sideline. Maybe his neck was a little sore afterwards. It said welcome to football, but he can throw his body around. He can hit. I was impressed. So for that reason, I gotta say kickers.
All right, kickers are better tacklers than punters, according to one of the best tacklers in
Love my
America.
guy James, though. I love my guy James. Though.
He's awesome, man. Alexander Teubner going for another Summer Softball Classic Championship tomorrow. There is the trophy on our YouTube channel right there. This is our video segment. We appreciate it. Tubes, we'll let you go. Get ready for this game. I know you guys probably have a meal tonight. You got bed check, whenever that's going to be.
Yeah.
Lots to do, Tubes. Thanks for
All
making
that.
us part of your day here, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
One of your favorites, Alexander Teubner, and that is why you listen to Idaho Sports Talk. Prater on the Ball Game, KTIK The Ticket.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this